Hey y'all, this is gonna be my first YouTube video for my channel. I'll be playing Magic the Gathering Forge Adventure Mode. Just taking a sip of water. Alright, time to get started on Forge Adventure. I love this game, and I am going to be starting a new game. This is the character select. For the doors, just to show you what everything looks like. I'll show you all these people. I'm going to change this name real quick because that's not going to be my name. My name is N. That will be my name. Just so y'all can see what everybody looks like on the character select. Just in case you want to play the game. It is on Android and PC. It is a bit difficult to download on the computer, but I'll have a link for that in the description. But this way, if you do want to play the game, you can already know what all the character selects look like, and then hopefully it won't take you too long to select your character. If I was getting a werewolf, I would definitely get the one with the blue hood. Leonin, those are the cat people, for those who didn't know. Different lions, tigers, jaguars. Oh, we're gonna do females of the cat people. Very similar. Alright. We got the red dragon. They're just it. White, blue, green, black. And then we got some devils. Let's go to the guys. Okay. We'll go to the females. Okay. Humans. You'll see a lot of these sprites in the enemies that you fight when... Oop, I didn't do the human guys. Wait a second. There we go. Yeah, you'll see a lot of these sprites when the gameplay is going on to see who you'll be battling. Got the elves. Elf females. These are the gens. Oh. Some of the enemies don't have these sprites, so there are some differences. We'll do the females first for the undead, getting the vampires and the zombies and whatnot. We'll do the males. Okay. Then we got the dinosaurs. Axions. They do have a large selection of character models, which is very cool for if you want to be picky about what you would like. Alright, that's everything. I am going to go with my tried and true, which is this undead mage guy. And again, I'll change the name to N. Alright. I'm going to keep difficulty on normal because I did play Magic back in the 90s, but I am not a extremely skilled Magic player. So we're going to keep that as normal. Blue, I definitely love playing with blue, so we're going to keep that. And then constructed, so I'll already get a deck. I won't have to build one. I'll probably draft a couple times in videos, but I'll let you know right now, I am not good at drafting. This video is mostly going to be the player select, getting through the tutorial, stuff like that, and then we'll do main gameplay stuff after. But now we are generating the world of Forge that we can adventure in. Darkness and silence surround you. A vague sense of falling slows second by second. Where am I? What am I? What is going on? A flash of light, brighter than anything you remember, precedes a fall to a stone floor. This is almost as jarring as realizing that you actually don't remember much of anything at all. So this is your character. You get a trusty steed to walk around on. And then you'll have this guy. It's kind of your helper. Hello, Planeswalker Inn. Why am I here? This is Chandelar, a plane where mana is so prevalent and used by all that it sentient, even the common people use spells daily. Like you, some planeswalkers have been imprisoned here by the guardians in the castles. You must defeat them in battle to release us from the plane. Use your powers of magic to challenge them. Find the planeswalkers trapped here, guide them to me. They will help you on your journey. Take this rune. You can use it anytime to return here. Be careful, planeswalker. I have something else for you, N. Take these coins, but do not spend them with the merchants. What are they for, then? What are they for? These are the coins you get. These are challenge coins. Spellcasters of Chandelar will often gather to hold tests of skills. These coins will grant you entry to contests, and the prizes available can help you on your journey. Where are these contests? Show the coin to the innkeepers. If there's a group in the town, the innkeeper will direct you to them. Thank you. I will reopen the portal you arrived through now, but it cannot send you back from wherever you have come. On the other side, you will find the Barrens of Chandelar, which I, and now you, call home. Alright, this is the tutorial. Welcome to Chandelar. This now glowy, fiery portal is how you get out. This eyeball, you would think it does something, it doesn't. Same as these bookshelves, everything is empty. So now we shall exit. So you have a quest of sorts now. Find and free the Planeswalker. But is that really what you want to do? Despite the fog covering your memory, you are certain that you are powerful enough to take care of yourself. And as of right now, you can only do the one option, which is I want to explore Chandelure. All major locations in Chandelure can be divided up to one of two categories, towns and dungeons. A navigation arrow should now appear around your character. Follow it to a nearby town. Try to avoid any enemies that pop up along the way. Hint, follow a road or all roads lead to a town. You also move faster on the roads and fewer enemies will appear. So we were right beside a town. Oh, but I didn't move quick enough, so it put me back in the teleporter. So we will just go straight inside this town. Most towns in a given region of Chandelure will look very similar to one another and offer some basic services. The inn contains special events that you can also sell extra cards there or buy temporary extra health. Those special events will be drafts. Like I said, I won't be doing many drafts. I'm not very good at them. But I will do a couple drafts every now and then. The question mark sign denotes a town square job board where you can obtain side quests. All other buildings with signs out front are shops. Most of them sell cards. To leave town, walk back toward the edge of the screen just below your current location. Entering a friendly town will also restore any missing hit points for free. Explore the town if you want and leave when you are ready to continue. Alright, so just show you what towns look like. This is one town in the colorless area. And this is a shop. It'll show you what it sells. As you can see, it sells walls. As in the brick wall that's here. Glacial wall, old card that I used to have. 07 wall. I used to think this card was great. It's 07. It's not. It's not a very good card. Most walls all have defender and defender defined here. Walls can't attack. So a lot of these are okay, but they're just mostly used for defense. They don't win very much. But this is very cool. An Assassin's Creed wall. It has defender and reach. Reach means it is able to block creatures with flying. And then Leap of Faith. Tap 3. Target creature gains flying until end of turn. That is not a bad card, I'll be honest. I actually might get it. And for some of y'all who don't understand how magic works, the top number is going to be how much it costs to play. And for this one, it is 2 colorless mana. And for one like this one, it's going to be 2 colorless and 1 red mana. Lands are your mana sources. When you turn them sideways, you tap them, and that allows you to use their energy to play spells. So I'm going to look at the rest of the cards in the town. I think I start at 250 gold, but I think I'm going to come back to get this. I do plan on making an Assassin's Creed deck of sorts, and it is always good to have. These are going to be more cards for sale. I'm not going to read all of them, I'll be honest. Most of my card choosing, I'll read a little bit, but has to do with the card itself, and if I think it looks cool. But a lot of them can still be useful. It's always cool to see all the different cards they got for sale. There's also a little description up top of what you're looking at. So the Boneyard, it's going to have a lot of zombies, a bunch of spirits, stuff like that. Cards that do things when they go to the graveyard, like this snake. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. When this card dies, it has as a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control as an enchantment. It's 4 mana, so it's a 4-drop for 4/3. It's not bad. If I had the money, I'd probably buy it, but I don't have 500. run to these other ones. At this shop with the gems, you can either trade gems or shards for coins or sell shards for coins. It's kind of, if you want to go back and forth, usually I just try to spend my money on cards, then swap it out and back and forth to cards and gems, just because you lose a little bit of money. Whenever this card enters the battlefield or attacks, you may attach any number of equipments to it. This is actually a pretty good card, definitely for me. You'll see when I make my decks, I use a lot of equipments. Like, a lot of equipments. Probably more than I should. But I love them. They're great, and they're very useful. But as of right now, still don't have enough money for it. This is a pretty good card. He has Shroud. 2 for 2/2. Can't be targeted of spells or abilities. Good, but not great. I used to have that card as well. I'll got a couple more of these, and then we'll continue this tutorial. These are all enchantments. Enchantments are stuff you enchant on your spells or creatures, and they stay on that creature until it dies, and then it goes to the graveyard with the creature. Unlike equipments will stay on the battlefield, just like if someone dies in real life and they drop a sword, well, that sword sits there until someone else picks it up. These are slivers. Slivers are always such a joy to play. A little bit of sarcasm there. But we'll just look at the rest of these, just to see what they got going on. That's actually not too bad. Tap 1, tap him, and then you'll tap a non-human creature. Just kind of, if somebody has a creature in your way, you can tap them. When you tap them, they can't block or defend, and that allows you to get around them. Alright, the inn, this is where I was talking about. You can do drafts, you can sell your cards, you can get more hit points, and the draft for this one is going to be Street of New Capanina. I don't know it. I don't know most of these sets, to be honest, because when I stopped playing, it didn't have this many sets. These are equipments you can get. They're okay. Honestly, I wouldn't suggest ever buying them, because when we get to big towns, big cities, you can go to the arena, you can win money there and win equipment. And equipment, just like these leather boots I get to start with, you can equip. And as you see, they give me plus 15 movement on the overworld, which is very useful when trying to run away from creatures. Your navigation arrow should now direct you to the nearest dungeon. Many quests will send you to dungeons, but are also free to enter with them without a quest. Follow the arrow and travel to a dungeon. So, I think this is just sending me to the closest dungeon, which is going to be over here. The magnifying glasses indicate that you have not explored the dungeon yet. Many quests you undertake in your adventure will send you to one or more dungeons, just like this one. Dungeons are filled with enemies, but also treasures like gold, mana shards, and cards. Your next objective is to defeat any single enemy in a duel. You can find them in a dungeon like this one, or wandering around the outside on the world map. To begin a duel, simply walk into the enemy. If you are defeated by the enemy, that's okay. When that happens, you will lose some of your starting health and a percentage of your gold. But you've learned what to expect from that enemy in the future. Unlike on the world map, an enemy that defeats you in a dungeon will remain on the map. You can try to duel them again or run away and seek out another opponent. If you want or need to heal yourself, just go back to a town. Some quests like this one will have multiple objectives that can be achieved simultaneously. Your other current objective is to find and enter a cave on the world map. An enemy defeated in a cave or on the way there will count as the enemy to defeat for your first objective. So feel free to do these things in any order. Alright, so a lot of these caves and dungeons, you can actually find, oh, not there. I got a little path you can sneak around. I don't know if I can get by there. Yeah, I can. And we'll just sneak up here. Because sometimes there's treasures sitting outside the dungeon. And you can pick those up. It doesn't look like there's any over here. But you can sneak around and you could grab the gold, the treasure chest, the books, which are packs, and get out without having to worry about the enemies. Which right now, with the original deck, is pretty useful, since a lot of these people I'm not going to be able to defeat, but I'll take a free 100 gold. Why not? But now I am going to go back to the town I was just at. I know I'm supposed to go to this cave, but I do want to get... Oh, this is a different town. This town has quite a few good things. Let's see what's in here. Sunflower cards. Nice. Alright. But I actually want to run back to that other town. So I can grab that wall. But I am going to run back to that town because that one shop, I did want to see what they had. Alright. So that's good. Let's go up here. We're going to modify the deck. And we shall add to main deck. This is the starting off blue and black deck. It's okay. When you're playing normal, it just starts you off with the two colors. But it could definitely be improved upon. But for now, that's all I have. So we shall continue this tutorial. Got a lot of creatures outside, so we'll see if we can hop around everybody. It's a chicken. Actually, I might be able to defeat the chicken. I've never fought a chicken before. Alright, so this town, has 3 colored lands. These are nice. This one will tap for a green, white, or blue mana. It is going to come into field tapped, so it does take a turn to use, but being able to tap for different lands is great. But right now, I don't have 300 gold for it, so I just wanted to see what they had. Now we'll continue with our objective. You know what, let's fight the chicken. Why not? It'd be funny if the first time I lose is to a chicken. Alright, start in hand. You'll always start off with 7 cards. And then if you go second, you get to draw an extra card. but the chicken is going first. I'm going second. I will decide if I want to keep this hand with 2 blue mana. I think we will keep it because if I get one more, I can play this locket, which will give me another mana source, and we can start playing more creatures. So we will keep. The chicken is going to play 3-colored land. That is kind of scary, because the more colors usually means the harder they are. I did get another land, which is great. So we'll play 1 island. You can only play 1 mana source a turn. I have no 3-drops, so it will be their turn. They play an island. These markers on the side tell you phases of a turn. This is upkeep, where if your mana or anything is tapped, it will untap. And then your draw phase, where you draw your card. Main phase, where you can play your cards. Oh, look, I got a black swamp. That is great. So now I can start playing stuff. Next turn, I'll play him. This card's pretty good. Makes target player sacrifice a creature. So when he plays his first creature, I'll be able to make him sacrifice it. But it is a sorcery. Sorceries indicate that when you can only play it during your turn and during main phases. And then you'll have before combat, during attack, during blocking, I'm not sure what the FS is for, but then we're doing damage here. And then you got main phase 2. Usually in real life when you're playing end step and then the closing of your turn. But when you're playing with real people, you'll want to play most of your cards during main phase 2. So that way, if these lands look cool, if your opponent has anything to counteract your stuff, you can already have attacked or done anything else you'd want to do. Alright, so first thing he has is a defender. When this card dies, create a 1/1 white bird creature with flying. Now, I don't know if that includes dying from being sacrificed or just from being destroyed, but for now I'm not going to worry about it because the couple of creatures I will be playing are unblockable, just like this guy. He says this card can't be blocked except by rogues, and this is a bird egg, so he would basically be a 2/2 unblockable. Same for this one. This card can't be blocked and is unblockable. Oh, it can't block and is unblockable. So it's just free to just sit there and attack. Alright, and we shall end. As you can see, this red circle that goes around the card, that's just showing it's summoning sickness, which means you can't attack on the turn that you play it or tap it. Another plane. Planes. Another cool looking card. I don't know what set that's from, but I do like the art on it. Oh, this is like a robot chicken card, and it's called Robot Chicken. Whenever you cast a spell, put an 0/1 colorless egg artifact creature token onto the battlefield. Whenever an egg you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, destroy target artifact or creature. That's scary. It is a 2/2. We are going to hopefully destroy that. I don't know if I can. Ooh, I cannot. I need another black land to play this Hideous End, which destroy target non-black creature. Its controller loses 2 life, which would be great to get rid of this chicken. But for now, I think to get as much mana out, and I would love to get this 4/4 out, we're just going to mana ramp, which means we're going to do stuff to get us more mana on the next turn. So we'll play the Submerged Boneyard, which will tap for a blue or black, which will be useful definitely when I need 2 blacks from this spell to destroy that one. And then I'll play the Locket, which does cost 3 mana, but will tap for a blue or black, so allowing me again to tap for whatever color I might need. For now, I'll go ahead and attack, since he can't be blocked. He will also attack me for 2, which is okay. And he creates his egg tokens. He's getting some birds. Let's see. The birds is how he created those with the Battle Screech. He creates 2 1/1 white bird token creatures with flying. He is getting a lot of creatures out. So I'm hoping I could keep up with his pace. But for now, we are going to destroy Robot Chicken, because I do not need him piling up these eggs that he's been getting. Alright, that leaves me with 2 mana. I'm going to play my other unblockable, just so if we do race, I should be able to win that race, because he'll do 2 damage and he'll do 2 damage, which will allow me to knock his life down to 0 faster. Multiple ways you can win in Magic. You can knock your opponent's life down to 0, or this is their deck. You can deck them out to where they can't draw any more cards. Or you have cards that say you just win the game whenever you do something or when you play them. Some of these cards are busted. Alright, so they're going to attack me for 2. That's fine. I cannot block them. Gonna play a Chicken a la King. Whenever a 6 is rolled on a 6-sided die, put a 1/1 counter on each bird. Tap an untapped bird you control, roll a 6-sided die. That can be dangerous. But he has to crit on that roll, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Let's see how much mana we got. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could do... We can play our Trickster. No point. These allow my cards to be unblockable, but these 2 already are. So if anything, I'll make him unblockable next turn. I only have 1 available mana, so I won't be able to play this, but I will be able to attack for 4. Knocking him to 2. Next turn, he's going to retaliate by attacking me with at least 2 in the air. This one doesn't have flying. You can see by the symbols right here, the blue with the wings. That means that card has flying, and it is above everybody on the field. So only creatures that have reach or flying can block or flying cards. And all of these do not have flying, which is okay, since he'll hit me 2 in the air with flying, which I can't block, and I can block his 2/2 with my 4/4. That will keep me in safe distance from being killed. But he rolled a 1, so sad day for the chicken. But I, thankfully, don't have to worry about him getting powered up. Let's see what he does. He's going to create more birds, which would be scary, but again, I have unblockables. I can make my 4/4 unblockable for some overkill, and I shall attack with everything. Alright, I won. I beat a chicken. That's good. I can at least beat a chicken. These are some interesting cards. Planeswalk. Defending player has... If the defending player has a Plains in play, this card can't be blocked. Planeswalk just makes it unblockable if it has a white mana source, like a Plains on the battlefield. During your upkeep, roll a 6-sided die. On a 6, sacrifice the chicken and the egg. Put a giant chicken token into play. Treat this token as a 4/4 red creature that counts as a chicken. Wow, so that's, if you crit on that, that'd be great. I don't really plan on using chickens much, but a lot of the cards I am going to just keep, and that way if I ever decide to make a chicken deck, I'll have cards for it. A lot of the money I'll hopefully just be winning or going to arena to make. Winning a duel grants you rewards, usually a combination of gold and cards. Some enemies drop wider assortments of cards for variety, but others specifically give cards from their own deck. If you still need to visit a cave, do that now, otherwise it's time to return to town. I do not need to, well, I guess I do need to visit a cave because it's giving me the arrow too. So we're going to just try to run away from this red wizard. That worm black thing is a sliver, and again, those aren't fun, so we're going to try to run away from that. A cave is functionally identical to a dungeon, but can be classified separately for quest purposes. A cave would not have completed your objective to find a dungeon, nor would that dungeon count for this one. If you haven't defeated an enemy in a duel yet, you can pick a fight with an enemy here. For that, otherwise, return to a town. It's not a bad idea to occasionally visit town to sell extra cards, browse the shops, or pick up new quests. Every town has its own assortments of shops, thus its unique collection of cards to sell. And not all cards in towns are of their given color, as you saw from the first town I was in and the second. Those are, again, in the colorless area, but you can buy colored cards. It's a lot of mice here, which is fine. And rats. Ninja rats, that's what this purple one is. I would love to definitely fight the ninja rats, because I like ninja cards, but we're going to skip that for now. We're going to run away from this sliver and this magician, or this wizard, and we're going to go back to town. Like most small towns, there are more shops and market stalls than there are houses, with much of these towns' occupants traveling in from outlying areas each morning. Many merchants are peddling their wares, the most relevant to a wizard having colorful, if at all times, crude signs in front of their shops advertising their specialties. That's what I was talking about. Like this one is specialty lands. So that's why I was looking at those to see what specialty mana you could get. The end sounds just recursus? Not sure. Enough to know that it is doing healthily business. You recall that what you were told about the challenge coins and complete putting them to use there. Perhaps the most intriguing of all, however, is the town hall, with a notice board out front advertising work for adventurers. What better way to make some coin while you explore? Note, since the quest objectives is to complete other quests, your navigation arrow will lead you to the quest source while you are tracking it. Once you accept a side quest, go to your quest log and track that quest in order to update the navigation hints. So we shall go up here, since our mission now is to get a quest. A job board has been constructed outside the local inn, and you see that it is covered in various papers and posters. Now, if you walk away having your own goals in mind already and decline the quest, sometimes you'll get negative devotion at towns. Negative devotions aren't good. It makes the cards cost more. So when you complete quests, you get better devotion and cards are cheaper. You take a moment to look over the board. Most of the ads are nondescript, weather-worn or written in unfamiliar language. A few catch your eye, however. You review a new sheet of paper with a basic but clear sketch on it. You look over an old, tattered sheet with two faded but mostly legible colors of ink upon it. A very colorful advertisement catches your eye. I think I'm just going to do the new with a basic but clear. Not a word is written upon it, but the drawing is clearly a challenge. An artist like that should find their way to a larger city. You walk away impressed but uninterested, or curious as to why this would be on the board. You gaze lingers for a moment, so we'll keep looking at it. As you look at the words of the paper, wordless paper, words find their way into your mind by unknown. Other means find, kill, reward, accept. So now we'll leave town and go kill whatever it wants us to kill. Hunt the challenger before they get away. So, as you can tell, it's keep pointing at the town. That's because it's talking about my first job. I need to go to waste them. I need to track waste them. And then it will tell me where the enemy I need to, quote-unquote, waste is. So we're going to run away from these guys, because they are a scary lot. Ooh, this guy is a challenger. He is difficult. We're going to do our first save of the game. We'll do it in slot 1. And you know what? We'll just do love, because I love this game. Alright. Save. Name the save. Love. Okay. Alright, now let's fight this challenger. See how well we do. Alright. I'm gonna go first. Let's see. Got a lot of land and a couple creatures to play, so that's not bad. First creatures will be 3 drops, so turn 3 I'll be able to play stuff. It's not too bad. It's always good to have turn 1 drops or turn 2 at least, but having stuff at least by turn 3 is good. Alright. He plays a beacon. Whenever you cast Planeswalker spell, you gain 1 life. Alright then. So, you know what? Since these are both turn 3 drops, I'm going to play my tap land. So that way I have access to multiple colored lands if I need it. And we shall play the first guy. Sometimes it's good to pay attention to the cards for which one you should play first. Like this is a 2-1, this is a 2-2, so he's stronger, but for the 2-1, he gets stronger when a black or blue spell is played. You'll tell those colors from their casting cost. So this guy is blue and black. And then this guy is also blue and black. So it will be good for me to play him first. So next turn, when he can attack, if I play him, it will power him up. So we will go to their turn. They play a tap land. Hopefully nothing else. Yep. So now it's my turn. We'll also play tap land since I only need 3 mana. And yep, as you see, that's going to be powering up my guy because I played a blue and black spell. So now he is a 3-2 with fear. That's what that symbol up top means. Fear won't matter too much because he has no creatures to block it. Alright, and they will play an enchantment. And in just a basic enchantment like this, it enchants the playing area. It is not a specific creature enchantment, so this one will stay on the battlefield until it is destroyed. And when he plays it, he gets to draw a card, he can tap 3, he can sacrifice it, and scry 2, which means he looks at the top 2 cards, and he can decide to either keep them there and put them back in any order, or he can put them on the bottom of his deck, allowing him to draw other cards. Right, and he has no creature still, so I will attack with everything I have. And not kill. Oh, he started off with a lot of health. I'm at 12, he's at 16, and I've already attacked him 3 times. So, let's hope I can stay ahead of him. This is a Planeswalker. Planeswalker, kind of like other spellcasters like yourself, they aren't creatures. They come on and you can do effects of them from what it says on the cards. So this card in particular, whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, each dragon you control deals 1 damage to that creature. Thankfully, he has no dragons out. So this guy, I guess, is using a dragon deck. Dragons usually cost a lot of mana. So it's good as of right now he doesn't have any dragons, except he is minusing 3 and creating a 4/4 red dragon creature with flying. So that's not good. Which is the number on his bottom right, that is his devotion. He has a devotion of 5. So you can, when his devotion goes to 0, he dies. So you can either use his abilities to go to 0. You can't go under 0. So he could do -3, knocking him to 2. But then he can't -3 again. He has to have another 3 at least to then go to 0. Or you use the +1 to, until in a turn, each planeswalker you control becomes a 4/4 red dragon creature and gains flying, which is also very powerful. That's not good. So now he's going to get a dragon out. Thankfully, I have a destruction spell, which right now I have 5 mana. We could play 1 more, but I only need 5 to use both of my destruction spells, so I can play the tap land without worrying about it. When we go to our attack phase, we are going to have 1 person do 2 damage to him, and he has 2 life left, so we'll have 1 do 2 to him. But before I attack, we will get rid of his dragon. And that way, that ability will not activate. Alright, we get rid of that planeswalker, good, because he was a scary one. Alright. What is he playing now? Another planeswalker. Which he will go ahead and -2 as well. Create a 2/2 blue lizard creature token. Draw a card, then discard a card. Spells your opponent's cast, a targeted creature or planeswalker you control casts 2 more to cast. Well, thankfully, how I will destroy the wizard he is getting out, I am not targeting his wizard. I will be targeting my opponent. And then my opponent will sacrifice a creature. And we will go ahead and take him out, so he can't easily get creatures out. And I get another creature, so that's great. Alright, so first off, we're going to target the opponent to sacrifice a card. Alright, that wizard is gone. Now we'll play our new creature, which will power up him, which is great, because now he can take out this wizard in 1 hit, and then my 2/2 can hit the challenger. So attack the challenger, attack the wizard. That'll take out his planeswalker. And he just used a destruction spell? Yep, choose one or both. This card deals 3 damage to each creature, or creatures you control gain lifelink until end of the turn. And he just did 3 damage to all my creatures, which is all I literally have. So, yay, thankfully I got another one off the top deck. Which now all the cards in my hand are gone, so I'm just top decking. I'm drawing the top card of my deck and praying that it is going to be a creature that I could play. But for now, we shall end and hope not to face a big dragon. Let's see, this card is another enchantment. You cast spells only during your turn, and you cast no more than 2 spells each turn. You may cast spells with the converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of lands you control without paying their mana cost. That's really good. So right now he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. So he could literally just play anything up to 2 cards that have 7 or less mana, which is great for him. And he plays another wizard planeswalker. Alright, good. I have an indestructible or unblockable. That is going to be helpful. This is a 2/2. Really attacking this would be useful, but I won't be able to kill it yet. They're just going to +2 next turn, so we will attack, hopefully get in for some damage, because if he does, this card allows us to draw a card when it damages the opponent. We get a land, just not really what we're wanting right now, but hopefully that means next turn we shall get more creatures. Uh-oh. He's got another planeswalker. For each opponent, can't draw more than 1 card each turn. Well, that's going to make my guy useless. That gives me an extra card. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature card, non-land card from among them. Put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library and in any random order. Great. So I have a feeling he's about to do that. After, I guess, he hits me for 2. Yep. And then he gets... looks at his 4 cards. I get a land. Not good. But let's see. We will go ahead and take out... We're going to try to take out this planeswalker because I would love to draw more than 1 card a turn. So we got 2 unblockable, which is great. We just got to hope he doesn't block the 2/3. Which he did, of course. But that is fine. At least it gets rid of one of his wizards. I just got to be careful since I am at 2 life. Oh, this is great. I can bounce a card that he plays, but right now his only card is blocks or tap, so he can't block me. Now I can take out both of his planeswalkers. So I want to go ahead and do that. So that way those are gone. I don't have to worry about any other shenanigans. And I will save this for when I'm sure a big dragon will come out. Or another planeswalker. This person has just tons of planeswalkers, which is very annoying. Can he return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand? I'm actually going to do this at the end of their turn because it allows me to draw an extra card when I pay 4 for it. That's what kicker is. If this spell is kicked, you draw an extra card to bounce their planeswalker, which will allow me to attack next turn and get to draw a card and draw a card from my spell. Alright. Oh, and he's going to get another dragon. Ooh, that is not good for me. So, might have to change that up. We're still going to bounce something, but I think that something is going to end up being this dragon because he is dangerous. So we'll do that. And we'll pay the kicker because it's their turn. I haven't drawn for the turn, so I still get to draw a card. Ooh, I got another destruction spell. That's good. Alright. And then I'll draw for my turn. Getting another creature, thankfully. Fairy Rogue. This card, when it enters the battlefield, you may pay X. When you do, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from your hand with a mana value of X from a graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would put into the graveyard, exile it instead. That's nice, because that means I can play some of these spells that are in my graveyard. Which, what we'll probably end up doing is this Hideous End, which will get rid of his wizard and will allow us to do 2 damage to the challenger. Okay, so we'll play the fairy, and then we shall tap another 3 to play. Oh, we can also play his out of his graveyard. I was not aware of that. That's cool. Alright, so we will Hideous End. Okay. I do want to play it. We will destroy your wizard. Alright, and then we got to get rid of this planeswalker because, again, he is dangerous. Alright, so for now, we're going to knock their planeswalker down. So for this one, we'll go ahead and destroy. This one, we're going to knock to 1. And then it'll be their turn. They got 3 cards in hand. I assume it's another one of these planeswalkers, considering he hasn't played it. And he's at 20 health. This is... Alright, we need to look at our hand. I got a swamp. But, thankfully, I'll be destroying this card this turn. So, we can start, hopefully, drawing more cards. So, you will attack here, you will attack here, and my fairy will attack the challenger. And thankfully, I get to draw more cards. Another destruction spell, which is great. Definitely if he ends up pulling another dragon out. This card is amazing. He has flash, which means he can be played at any point, like an instant. He has flying, so again, he is above everybody else, just like my fairy. And as long as my opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, rogues I control or get an 1/0 power up. And this, as you haven't noticed, is really just a rogue deck. So that's going to power up all of my guys, making them stronger. And when 1 or more rogues I control attack, each opponent mills 2 cards. So as long as I have at least 1 rogue attacking, he's going to discard 2 cards. He already has 11 cards in his graveyard. So this is great for me right now. It's going to make everything stronger, and we will start knocking him down to 5. And we get to draw a card. We'll play the Locket just to have more mana. And next turn, we shall win unless he just destroys everything again. Because, of course, why wouldn't he? Thankfully, our Locket does allow us to draw 2 cards. So, you know what? Let's do that. Because right now we need cards. We need creatures out. And we got 2. That is amazing. Alright, so can we play both right now? We got 4... 7 mana open, 5, 6, 7, 8. We cannot play both. So we shall go ahead and just play the 1. Because again, he'll get stronger next turn, and he'll get fear, which as long as he doesn't play, I think, an artifact or a black card, he can't be blocked next turn, which will be good. He gets another wizard out, so he shall be getting another 2/2. Oh no, I can't be drawing extra cards. But he's going to play another Planeswalker. Creature spells, the opponent cast costs 2 less to cast, which doesn't matter because he can just play anything he wants for free, basically. He can exile the top card of his library face down. He can look at it, create a 2/2 colorless spirit creature token. When the token leaves the battlefield, put the exile card into his hand. Or he could just tap 3 and destroy target permanent that's 1 or more colors. Well, that's my whole deck, so he's just going to do 3 and completely destroy my guy. And that's a shame. I wish I could play him right now, because that would be great. And as long as you can play a creature during your opponent's turn, the summoning sickness goes away during your turn. But hopefully, playing these 2 creatures will give me the chance to knock him down a bit. What does he gain in life from? That's what I need to know. Why does this guy have so much life? He's gaining life from something. I don't know what it is. I'll try to pay attention to that. Okay, so now we're going to play our big guy, our 4/4. And then we'll play this guy as well. Very useful card. When this card deals combat damage to a player, that player loses a life and mills a card, and then I gain a life and I get to scry 1 card. And whenever I attack, I may pay 2. If I do, target creature can't be blocked this turn. So I can make my 4/4 unblockable, which when he hits the opponent, I can put a target permanent card from my opponent's graveyard onto the battlefield under my control, which would be great, because a lot of the cards he has in his graveyard I would love to use. Alright, so he's going to get a 2/2 Spirit out, plussing his Planeswalker, but thankfully he can only do 1 Planeswalker ability on him a turn. So he can still -2 to look at the top cards, but we are going to get rid of this 2/2. Or this, yeah, we're going to make him sacrifice this 2/2 token, and we will attack that Planeswalker, because we do not need him destroying my stuff. And he got another dragon. Cool. So we're going to get rid of both of these cards. Thankfully, I have a ton of mana to do so. So now we shall make the opponent sacrifice a creature. And then we will destroy this creature. Alright. He gained life again. I didn't see how. I don't know. Okay, so this guy is the worst because he can just destroy whatever he wants since all my stuff's multi. This guy is also not good because he could just get a dragon out. I'm going to weaken him because I'd rather him create a 2/2 than create a 4/4 dragon. And then at the same time, I don't need to worry about this one because it can only -2, so this card cannot do anything anymore. So I'm not going to worry about attacking it, but I will get rid of this dragon. And we'll get rid of him as well. Or not get rid of him, but weaken him. I wish I could have the deals combat damage to a player. I wish I could have him attack the player just to get more cards. He can't destroy. I might actually do that. Just because if I could get something out of their graveyard, that would be useful. And he is a 5/5. I would love to take control of that 5/5, which would just allow me to attack more creatures next turn. So you know what? We're going to do that. I'm going to have him attack the Challenger, and I'm going to do 1 damage to this guy to make sure he can't destroy me next turn, because he'll only be able to do a +1 since he won't have 3. Alright, I can make somebody unblockable. It doesn't matter because he has no blockers to block me. Alright, so now I get to just play something. Ooh, I can actually play his Planeswalkers. I didn't know that. In that case, we are going to get our own Dragon Planeswalker. Because having target player draws a card, put a creature card from the battlefield under its owner's control. See, I don't want to do that because that's under the owner's control. But being able to just create a dragon whenever I want would be so useful right now. So we're going to take this. And we're going to take control of his Planeswalker. Yes, that is great. Main phase 2. I already got the Planeswalker out. They don't have summoning sickness. I can also just play a dragon until the end of the turn. So let's go ahead and create a token 4/4 flying dragon, which is just going to be extremely helpful. Oh, I didn't know that. Until the end of turn, each Planeswalker he controls becomes a 4/4 red dragon and gains flying. So now he has 3 4/4 flying dragon Planeswalkers and then the 2/2 spirit. That's not good because I have 1 blocker and he can deal 8 damage to me. So I've lost. Yep. I'm dead. And sadly, I can only do 3 damage, so I cannot do... And that's to each one at a time. And we can only block 1. I don't think if I block one of these guys with my dragon that the others will disappear. Nope. So I lost to the Challenger. Kind of figured that was going to happen. Challengers, like I said, are difficult. Which for my quest, I still have on a Challenger. So we will try again to take down a Challenger. Which I guess there's none around, considering I have no green arrow. But for now, we're going to be running to a town. Because as you see, I have 9 out of 12 health. We need to heal up to 12 out of 12. Alright, we shall exit again. And we're just going to leave that quest open. And see if we could find another one to face. Well, for now, we're going to take this Black Wizard because he caught up to me. Alright, how's this hand looking? Got 1 mana. That's not going to happen. Let's go ahead and mulligan. Whenever you mulligan, you do got to put a card under your deck. Another hand with just 1. That's not good. So we shall mulligan again, because 1 mana is just not good. Alright, we got multiple mana, 2 drop, that's good. We're going to put that under the deck, and then let's go ahead and just put one of these swamps under the deck, because all these other cards are really good. Alright, we're going to keep them. The Black Wizard will go first. He has a 1 drop. Whenever a player sacrifices a creature, it may put a 1/1 counter on this card. Well, we know how this is going to go, so fun. Alright, and we shall end. He's going to attack me for 1. Thankfully, we got 2 mana now, so we can play our guy. And we got a 2/1 unblockable, so as of right now, I will run Well, I am doing more damage, but I'm not going to run the damage race. Now we need one more mana to start playing our other cards. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, destroy target non-artifact creature that player controls of his or her choice. It can't be regenerated. Okay, which means you're destroying your own guy on your turn. Interesting. Legendary. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create X total creatures where X that mana's value. Okay, well, your creature's gonna die before you could do that. Interesting. Okay, so we really need multiple creatures down at once, which we can't do right now. So we're just gonna mana ramp, try to get as much mana as we can out, so that way, hopefully we can play 2 creatures and keep one of them out. He's gonna sacrifice his. Alright, so now he has 2 creatures out, which will allow him to sacrifice one and keep the other alive. It might be good to bounce that to his hand, but honestly, he's just going to play it again. So we shall wait on bouncing a card. I have 4 mana available. I need 6 to play 2 cards at once. So sacrifice this card, put a 1/2 creature on target creature. Is this an instant? It is. You know what? I'm going to let him do his next turn, because I think he is going to make... Oh, never mind. What did he do? He's attaching enchantment to make him stronger. Well, we are going to go ahead and just bounce him, because when he bounces, that enchantment is going to disappear. I get to draw a card. Thankfully, it's another land, which is great. And then he is going to play another enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this card unless you pay 2. At the beginning of your end step, create an 0/1 black creature token. Well, that's why he's okay sacrificing his creatures, because now, every turn he makes 1 creature. Thankfully, I got more land, but sadly, I still can't play just 1 creature. It's just going to be destroyed. So we shall end our turn. He destroys his creature, plays a creature, gets a creature. Alright. Thankfully, we can kill one of his creatures, but we finally have 6 mana, so I think we're just going to start playing multiple cards, because again, we just need to be able to attack. Alright, so we'll end. He'll sacrifice a creature, and then he'll play a creature and get another one. Okay, so now we have to get rid of a creature. Let's get rid of him. And then on my turn, we'll play an island. That puts us at 5, 6, 7. That needs 8. I think we'll do both of these, which will allow my guy to get stronger and allow me to have him sacrifice a creature. So that way he only has 1 other creature. Next turn, let's go ahead and attack. He's going to block, which gets rid of his creature, and then he creates 1, I lose mine, and we just are back in this same boat. Alright, I got a lot of mana, so we're going to use our locket to draw a card. We get another creature. Can't play one or it's just going to die, so we shall end. Oh, now he creates 2 tokens. Interesting. Alright then. So let's play this. And then we'll play this. And we shall end our turn. Alright, now we'll get rid of him. This other guy is unblockable, so he's going to be more useful. Although it doesn't matter since I still don't have another creature, so my guy is just going to die on my next turn. This is interesting. I've never fought this deck before, so we're going to see if I can win. But right now I have 20 cards left in my deck. I just drew a land, so that's not good. And let's see how this goes. Now he's getting 3 tokens every turn. Good lord. Alright, I got more land. That's not good for me. Alright, he did get a creature out finally. Whenever this card is put into graveyard from play, each player sacrifices a creature. Cool, more sacrifices. Alright, we'll play land and turn. He's going to hit me for 1. Get a ton of tokens. I can finally play something, but I can't play him because he'll just die on my next turn. Alright, I got 2 creatures. Well, let's play them just to play them and hope for the best. Alright, end. Alright, we have to sacrifice 1. I'm actually... Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, I can make him unblockable. So I'm going to try to keep him alive as long as I can, because I can gain life from him. And unfortunately, it doesn't matter because I didn't get another creature. So we will just be attacking. Well, I can make him unblockable, which again doesn't matter. He already is unblockable. I keep the fairy on top of my deck, but I needed it this turn. Unfortunately. He'll hit me for 1. And then I get my fairy, but can't play my fairy. But actually, whenever you do, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from a graveyard. So, you know what? Let's see what's in these graveyards. See if there's anything I can use to help me out right now. Instant, sorcery, instant or sorcery. Nothing in his graveyard. Let's check mine. There's a lot of stuff in mine. Oh, I can actually flashback with this, but it wouldn't make a difference. Let's see. Make somebody unblockable. No. Just playing this would be the only thing that'd be useful, but it's not worth just losing my fairy to play it. So hopefully if we get another creature, maybe. Let him attack. Beat me up. Oh. And of course when something isn't blocked, I'm discarding a card. Oh, I get to discard 2 cards. Great, so now I don't have a hand either. That's just fantastic. So with 6 life left. This doesn't look good for me, since he is just constantly destroying me. And that's also a creature, and will have to be sacrificed at the beginning of my turn. Nope. Alright, we have lost. It happens, you know. Sometimes once you get your engine going, your engine just keeps going. Sadly, I couldn't get anything going this game. Seeing I had to constantly sacrifice. And I have lost. That's okay. It happens. But now we need to run away from these guys. Don't attack me. I'm sorry. Okay. Heal up. And actually, we shall back out of the town and save. Because this is going to be a lot longer video than I was planning on doing for the tutorial. But I just kept having those battles go on. So we shall end this one here. Thanks for watching.